Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. Tonight in studio, this is not the Buttsy that has lost a bunch of weight and looks a lot smaller. It is Brent Grant himself in studio. Unfortunately, tonight, Buttsy was not able to make it. He had a family emergency, so we wish the best of luck to Buttsy and look forward to seeing him next week. But on this awesome episode, number 142, we've got an awesome episode for all of you. And I just realized that my show notes were actually on last week's episode, so I had to switch them over real quick.
I thought there was,
on the move. Golfers have to be adaptable. You got to adapt to the situation. Got to be like a chameleon out there. So first off, we're going to go over what we're going to go over on tonight's episode. First off, we've got the tee-off report, this is going to be pretty freaking interesting. And then we've got the Pro Golf Recap Black Desert Championship, the Swannies style segment, and the Shriners Open preview. And then last but not least, our favorite topic to talk about, shit on and otherwise, is LIV Golf. So we've got an update there. But before we do begin, I do see Trot Golfer here with a comment. Says, Nas or alcohol? You might be making the wrong choice. I tell you what, sometimes I question it myself. But today was one of those days. So we're going with the Nas today. Still no alcohol. We're still on the wagon. I learned the proper terminology there.
How many weeks is that?
I don't fucking know.
You should get...
No clue.
Try to keep...
It wasn't like one of these things where I'm like, I'm going to stop drinking. It was just like, I'm going to stop drinking. It's just a different scenario.
I think everybody get online and just hold Matt accountable every day and check in on him.
So we will give a shout out to our sponsor, Swannies Golf. I'm rocking all the gear tonight. I mean, check this stuff out. Feel that. Give it a nice little touch. Yeah, feel that? Nice fabric. We've got the polo underneath. This is part, by the way, of their Stadium Village collection. It's fantastic. But there's a big announcement with Swannies Golf that is coming up in 3 days. They are going to be announcing something big. I'm going to let them go. I almost blew it. I almost absolutely just spilled the beans.
Oh, wait. It does look good. It looks great. You got the whole thing. You got the shorts on, too.
Got shorts on.
Wow.
I've got some Jordans on.
That's standard.
Yeah, there we go.
Nobody's impressed by that.
Yeah, everybody is.
I do like that. Hold on, is that a...
It's a hoodie,
too.
It's
a hoodie, folks.
It's a hoodie.
Nice, very nice.
Had to represent for my Yankees. I have no idea what they're doing. And by the way, this is a huge sacrifice tonight, as normally I never miss a Yankees game. Never miss it as a New Yorker. But yeah, it's not... and
tragic.
Oh, there we go. Corey Whitlock has a... point here. Buttsy is at Butler Cabin dropping chocolate
right.
beavers.
Well done,
Cheers,
Corey.
boys. Well done, Corey. Love that. Now, we're going to start off with the tee-off report. Normally, this is our brand new segment that we started last week with Buttsy. It got some rave reviews from our audience. People absolutely loved it.
Kicked them off right off the first one. Wasn't good enough.
Yeah, so we're going to go with Brent on this one. And we're going to start off with a little word association, okay? We've got the first thing that comes to your head. Just blurt it out. Collegiate golf. First thing that comes to your head.
It's so much.
The very first thing.
Oh, gosh. Overrated.
There you go. Utah.
Breathtaking.
Left-handed golfers.
Purest swings in golf.
Las Vegas.
Danger.
Blade putters.
Overused.
Mallet putters.
Also overused.
Oh, wow. Okay. Not bad to start off with our word association. I'll give you a little pound here. There we go. Well done. There is the Yankee score. 4-2. Come on, baby. Let's get it.
Bases loaded.
Woo.
Come on.
Come on now. Hopefully the Yankees are up to bat. I didn't get to see that part of it. But now we've got, it was previously Buttsy on a soapbox. It is now Brent on a soapbox. And
this is bad.
What is your biggest pet peeves with golf etiquette? Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, gosh. The number one biggest pet peeve in all of golf etiquette is the... Oh, man.
You can do it.
I had it. Maybe I need some Nas. It would be the pulling up on the golf tee on the tee box. You're the group behind. You're the group on the tee, and then the group behind pulls right up on top of you and just kind of gets out in the cart and gives the That's my number one.
They get right up on the tee box.
Yeah,
huh?
because the talking and the towel throwing or the line stepping, it doesn't bother me.
You hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see it. I'll tell you, I mean, one of my biggest pet peeves with golf etiquette is when people hit into you, which I do a lot into people. I don't know what it is about me. I just get up there and I hit a drive. Sometimes it goes a little bit too far. I don't have the greatest depth perception, so I apologize. But that's one of my pet peeves is when people drive the ball into me, and it just so happens that I do it often. So my pet peeve is something that I got to work on myself. Needs to
work on.
Absolutely.
I love the accountability. It's beautiful.
You got to keep it real. Got to keep it real when keeping it real goes wrong. Okay?
Keeping it real, folks. Keeping it real.
We're going to move right into our next segment, which is the Pro Golf Recap. This is the Black Desert Championship, folks. Winner was Matt McCarty. This was his third start ever, okay, on the PGA Tour. Fresh off battlefield promotion from the Korn Ferry Tour, he won by 3 at 23 under. Got any comments about good old Matt McCarty?
I believe he's a Scottsdale native. He's just flat out good. I've known him for years. Super happy for him. But you know, his swing is silky. Like I said, I mean, he's a lefty.
Oh,
so you know that immediately puts him up there.
It's a good point. We had that in our word association.
See, you know, we just kind of loop it back.
Yeah,
to the keeping it real. Yeah, I would say this might be the fastest rise that anybody's ever had from Korn Ferry Tour to PGA Tour winner ever.
Wow.
So that's pretty impressive considering how much stock they're putting into college golf and, you know, not the Korn Ferry Tour.
You love to see it. You love to see a guy take off, excel, and really make his way onto the tour. And as you were letting me know ahead of time, this was his, so this is his 4th win of the year. 3 on the Korn Ferry, 1 on the PGA Tour. The guy's obviously playing pretty damn well.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that the translation between the two tours is there. I mean, there's not really, you know, I think we had Jake Knapp won this year. Eric Cole's done very well over the last couple of years.
Rookie of the year last year, Eric Cole.
Rookie of the year. So pretty incredible, pretty exciting stuff, I think, coming from this rookie class. I got to play with them all year and good kids and super pumped for Matt. And I'm sure he's.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It's all about you.
Thank you.
That's
always is.
That's why we're here.
100%. Or should we say 1,000%?
Oh God.
Yeah. Does 1,000% make sense?
No.
Does to me. Now, I do want to give a shout out to a friend of the show, Kevin Streelman. Great showing out of him. Really needed it. I think he was in like 176th, and it bumped him right up back into keeping his card for next year. T3 at -19. I don't know the exact number, but he's way up there now.
So we're going to give you a shout out, but we don't know where you're at on the FedEx list because we just saw your name and we're so excited.
Yeah, we got pumped. I was watching this weekend and I'm like, man, Kevin Streelman still got it. He's still got it.
Yes, he does. He and I share the same trainer, actually, funny enough.
There you go. Now, also, we do have to take a moment to just,
say a prayer, say the national anthem.
Say how great my pick was last week. Lucas Glover, just random pick too, just a gut instinct. He finished T3 as well at -1900. How did your guy do?
I don't know. I don't even know who I picked.
I don't either. So not in the show notes. That's for goddamn sure.
Might have been a Utah guy.
Who did you go with?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I really don't. I don't even remember Buttsy. Actually, Butsy's was JJ Spawn, I believe.
He didn't play well.
No.
Oh,
no.
Love you, JJ.
The top storyline, once again, folks, was Matt McCarty. Obviously, we talked about the fact that he had his 4th win this year. 3 once again on the Korn Ferry Tour and 1 on the PGA Tour. And then he outplayed, obviously, several vets out there, you know?
Answer this question from the one and only trot golfer.
Yeah.
Does that trainer excel with guys that are 5'7" and under?
Absolutely.
Does that mean you're 5'6" or 5'5"? Whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's funny enough, he's actually about 5'8", so, you know, the trainer is. So he understands the depth of, you know, what you need to go through as a short person.
You know what's surprising is Brent's actually pretty tall. He's not a short guy.
It's real skinny.
Yeah, he's just very, very skinny.
Not really,
He
just
looks
average.
like he's a small
Average,
guy.
average.
Yeah, he's not.
Ball go far.
But hey, I will say one thing. Playing golf with Brent Grant, this kid has some clubhead speed. Really reminds me that I am a washed-up has-been that never was. So
Still a pro.
congratulations. I am not still a pro. I am not still a pro. I'm not even any good.
It's okay.
So that,
Showed up when it mattered, though.
I always winners win. Winners win, which little segue here as we kind of finish up the Black Desert Golf Course is I had a moment this past weekend, which we were going to play golf on Saturday, and Friday night was the ASU versus Utah football game.
God.
Okay. And sure enough, the competitive juices got flowing. Okay. And you're probably wondering, why on a golf podcast are we talking about a college football game? Well, I will tell you.
Because it's Matt Cook's podcast.
It's because I ended up getting asked if I wanted to run in the 40-yard dash against another fan. And of course, I couldn't say no. That's just the competitive side. And as soon as I said yes, I immediately regretted it to where I'm like, oh, shit. 2 years ago, I popped 2 hamstrings playing slow pitch softball. We had a big day planned for the next day. And I'm sitting there going, what the hell did I just do?
Might need an ambulance.
The entire, because it was towards the end of the first half that we had to go do this. And I'll show film on social media because the whole thing was filmed. Now, I end up getting out there and I had been stretching nonstop.
Deep.
The most I probably have stretched in my entire life because I just kept telling myself, don't pop a hamstring. Whatever you do. And by the way, I believe it was the second home game, a guy out there ends up running it, tears his ACL and pops a hamstring. So this stuff happens, folks. I won. And I won. I did not pop a hamstring.
Who was your competition?
And I made sure the guy fell face first. Shout out to him.
Was he a
athlete?
Bigger gentleman?
Athlete. They said I was the fastest runner this year. Ran the 40 in 6.09 seconds. I feel like
that might have beat Tom Brady.
I was about to say, is that Tom Brady
that
status
might be
right
Tom
there?
Brady status.
Yeah.
And now he's sitting in, and what is he on, NBC or ABC, or what is he doing now?
Fox.
Fox. Ooh.
Yeah, I think he's on Fox.
Congratulations.
Is he on
Mr.
Fox
Brady.
or CBS?
We don't know.
We have no idea.
Okay. He's just going to take over the whole deal. They might not even play the football now. Like, they're just going to film
They might not.
him
Yeah.
talking for 8 hours.
He had a tough time his first week, I believe, listening to the producer talking to him. So whenever the producer would talk, he would stop and he would listen to the producer in the middle of a sentence. Can't do that. You learn that
Tips
in the
of
big
the
leagues.
trade.
You got to. You got to
Maybe
learn.
he needs to hire you to
take over.
No. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. You never know.
Just
Be
slightly more Tom Brady-ish.
He definitely has a lot more football credibility than I do. However, I did just run the 40.
And you are the fastest man alive.
Immediate credibility.
You're the fastest person in the world.
People love to see it. You know, the crowd was going absolutely berserk.
And there's film of it.
5 people in the stands, which I believe was my wife, my 2 friends, and a couple other random people.
We know it really happened.
Yeah.
I'll be playing a stopwatch when I
just watch that thing. My brother-in-law already did. He goes, I'm pretty sure that was a 7-second 40 because I slowed up at the end. I think they.
Yeah, you just looked back. You're like, yeah, I got this.
I mean, the guy was face first in the turf. So but pretty cool experience. Let's get back to the Black Desert Championship.
A golf podcast.
We're back now. This is over 200 penalties.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Out there at the Black Desert Classic.
Got that from my dad actually today. He told me that.
That's a great stat.
Article. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, love that. Now,
the black color.
The lava rock. It's the lava rock.
It's obsidian, but whatever.
To each their own. Obsidian, black. Some people would say it's the same thing. Some. Not everybody. However, the winner was still at 20 under. And
23 over.
Or 20.
Past.
He's got it. He's got it,
folks.
Yeah, he's here for it.
Locked in.
Now, as we say that, you want to mention a couple things about the golf course in Utah and just how gorgeous it was out there?
I would, actually. Yeah. Thanks.
You got this. This is your big moment.
No, it was. Utah golf is pretty special in general. The air is crisp, it's clean. So any of the vistas that you're looking at, I mean, those red rocks are tough to beat. And then you just kind of get the contrast of the green with the obsidian and the red and the mountains. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing out there. So there's no, you're not seeing like this week, you're going to see a bunch of hotels and streets and planes taking off and all that other stuff. It was just the golf course and the landscape. So they put on a phenomenal show. The greens were fast and it looked perfect out there. I wish I was there, to be honest.
Same.
It was very, very special.
We should have gone out to Utah.
Well,
we could have driven up.
We could have gotten into the Monday qualifier without even trying, because did you hear about that?
No.
So the tour, I'm going to just make sure we emphasize the tour, decided that after they were informed of the mistake that the local PGA section made by letting these two individuals into the Monday qualifier without pre-qualifying. In other words, they had
they just went right in,
like a whole zero amount of status. They went into the Monday qualifier.
Did they qualify?
And they qualified.
Both of them?
Both of them.
No shit.
The caveat to all that is the tour let them in to the Monday qualifier because one of the guys said, if you don't, basically, if you're not going to let me play, I traveled out here and I'm staying and spending all these thousands of dollars, and you're not going to let me play, well, then give me travel expenses back. So instead of doing that,
really just leverage the
let
whole
him
situation.
Play, and the guy ended up shooting like 62 or 63. He earned his spot as far as
ballsy move there
pretty
from
impressive.
that young lad.
Yeah, pretty impressive,
Wow.
both of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, moving on.
I didn't know that. Had no idea. That's incredible news. Incredible news. Now,
Breaking.
it is breaking news by Brent.
Get real close.
Get really tight. Very king.
Super serious.
Man, these mics pick up everything. It's a hot mic. That's what they mean by a hot mic.
No wonder Buttsy burping and shitting himself and all that.
Yeah.
Real great. Sorry, Mr. Editor.
Yeah, all good. All good. Now, the Swanee style segment, we're moving right into that because outside of the fact that Utah was beautiful and Matt McCarty ended up going ahead and winning that, I just really, there wasn't a whole lot going on in the game of golf outside of that this week and for pro golf.
Oh, okay, I was going to say there was a lot
for pro
going
golf
on for us. I mean, we had some serious.
There's some things coming, folks, and we'll get into that at the very end here. So stay until the very end because we've got a little bit of an announcement to make. Now, with that said, we do have the Swanee style segment, so we'll take a moment for our sponsor. Now, a quick word from our sponsor. Swannies is here with a fresh take. Performance-based materials are a given these days. But if you're looking for the stretchiest and most lightweight pieces that deliver a look that says, I'm here for a good time, take a walk on the Swannies side. With fabric sourced from recycled plastics and designs sourced from our very own weekend warriors, Swannies is looking out for both our planet and those that need a little style to boost their drive another 15 yards. Premium looks from top to bottom at swannies.co. On the golf course, should there be a dress code? Let's start off, first of all, let's separate this. Public golf courses, should there be a dress code?
No jeans. Yes.
So you're saying yes, there should be a dress code.
A limited dress code. I don't care at a public golf course if you're wearing a t-shirt. I don't care if you're wearing a tank top.
Okay.
No jeans.
Wow.
No jeans. But other than that, wear whatever you want, in my opinion.
So I'm going to say that I used to be somebody that was like, yeah, I totally get the dress code. Makes sense.
Because you're from New York.
From New York. Like, we're very professional. Like, people still wear suits all the time in New York City. Walk around in New York. I used to wear a suit almost on a daily basis, other than when I was giving golf lessons. Yeah.
And even then,
I would still wear a jacket. No, I'm kidding. The one thing I will say is my opinion has changed. Maybe it's Buttsy that has worn off on me to where he's like, yeah, it's totally appropriate now to go to a super nice restaurant in a t-shirt. I'm like,
all the time.
Really? Well, a nice t-shirt, I guess you could say. Well, a plain one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's
like, you're not wearing something that has like Tupac on the front of it. Like,
what's the matter with that?
I mean, absolutely nothing.
You're from the East Coast? What are you trying to say?
Well, no, I love Tupac. Tupac was great.
You know,
love Biggie too.
They would have made up.
I think they would have too. Could have been good.
They're made up in heaven.
Yeah. Could have done a collab. Gangster rap. Peace out. A-Town. Down. Now, that being said, I think there should absolutely not be a dress code anymore. Wear whatever the hell you want on the golf course, okay? Then we're going to get to that in a second, okay? That's the second part to this. Public golf courses, wear whatever you want. It is a public place.
Bikinis.
Speedo. Great call, as long as...
What?
God, I just hate to see it. I don't even care if, like, just...
Is there a line?
People just... No, I mean, go ahead and wear a Speedo out on the golf course. I give two shits.
I dare you.
I will not wear a Speedo.
No, not you. Just whomever is thinking about it.
Yeah, don't do it. But I will say, I don't think there should be a dress code. Maybe... No.
I love that.
Go ahead, throw that one up there from Trot Golfer. Let's see this. You pay for a greens fee. You can wear what you want as long as you keep up with the group in front of you.
That.
Pace of play, baby. That's what it's all about. Thanks, Automato at BB. So Trot Golfer's letting everybody know. But Trot, here's the problem, though. With telling everybody, come on over to Palm Brick, buy some Stadium Village from Swannies. They can't use the promo code over there, Pullhook Golf 25, folks, at checkout, okay? So make sure to utilize that promo code because we get credit for that. And that's what keeps the show going. You know what I mean?
Gets the people going.
It gets the people going. Private country club.
Okay.
What do you think about a dress code at a private country club?
Well, there's different levels of private country clubs because there's men's clubs.
Now you're starting to talk like the country club snob that got outed on Twitter.
I know. So we know. So yeah, I mean,
do you know who he is?
I don't know who. Well, yes and no. I know guys that know who he is that worked with him.
I know who he is just from the name being put out there and everything.
It's in the industry. But no, so there's different levels, right? I think the idea that, for example, you can't wear flip-flops or better known as slippers
into the clubhouse.
I think that if you're sitting in the men's grill or the women's grill and you just got done with your round and you don't want to have your feet be all sweaty and you kind of just, let them air out. Yeah, I mean, I think that you should be able to do that. I also don't think that you should have to wear a jacket indoors. That kind of stuff. But once you're out on the golf course, man, there's a line. But depends if you're at Brookline, you should probably button up a little bit. But if you're at Rancho Santa Fe Country Club, not the same.
Not the same vibe, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, there you have it. I mean, that's Brent Grant's take on the country clubs. I think country clubs. Listen, you're private. You can do whatever the hell you want. And if you want me to have to wear a tux every single time I step into the clubhouse, God damn it, I will. Oh. No, I absolutely will. I will step up to the plate. I will wear that bow tie with pride.
Do that again.
I tried so hard to keep a straight face. I really did, man. Private country club depends on the owner, but if you pay your dues, don't piss anyone off and keep up with the group in front of you. I love that. Just pace of play, baby. Pace of play. I remember the first time I went out to Wingfoot. I played with Colin Burns, who was the GM at the time, and he's like, listen, as long as you play in 3.5 hours, we're good. I'm like, cool. So, like, you're out there, and
yeah.
I play pretty fast. At least I feel like I would back in the day. I don't even take a practice swing now.
You don't,
if you notice. Oh. So I just get up there, hit the shot. Not like Kevin Na or Sergio Garcia back in the day with all the hitches and twitches.
Were you there for that?
Oh,
I mean, that was in New York, right?
Not good. Not good.
That for that?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
But,
nice guy, by the way.
Yeah.
Super nice guy.
But we're playing in about 3.5 hours, and there were members up our ass at Wingfoot. So, and I played out there quite a few times.
Sure, your boy got a talking to, actually.
I mean, you got to speed it up. Yeah. You got to speed it up.
Yeah. That's pretty. I mean, those old guys, you know,
they move.
I mean, they move. They're old, but they move.
God, they do.
Kind of knocks you, you know, whatever. Moving on.
One of my favorite places, good old Winged Foot. But that being said, once again, just to recap here, public golf course, you can wear whatever the hell you want, in our opinion. We don't feel like there should be a dress code policy. I was trying to figure out the right way to say that.
To reiterate that, folks, we do not feel as though there should be a dress, code policy.
Exactly. See?
Just here's for support.
Private country club? Recapping? Go ahead. Oh. You got it. Oh, okay. You got it.
First time, folks. Sorry. What were we talking about?
I put him on the spot.
I love what Truck Golf said. He's, you know, you pay your dues. Just don't piss anybody off and keep up with the group in front of you. I love that.
So with the private country club, they can set the rules however that they want, and you just have to abide by them, okay? Especially if you're a guest coming in.
I'm just glad you cut my soapbox segment short, because that could be a whole episode.
Listen, I really debated whether I was going to continue with what I have Buttsy do, and I decided yes, but I have seen you get on a soapbox, and you can.
Let's just say it would get the people going.
In one way or another.
Yes.
Now, let's move into our Shriners Open preview. I love this golf tournament. And we were talking earlier about the golf course. Why don't you tell us a little bit about TPC Summerlin?
Beautiful spot. They've redid every bit of the playing surface, I think 2 or 3 years ago. And it's immaculate. It's one of the best courses all year as far as tee to green. It's, you know, so essentially... you know, Vegas is one of those places where I think it's bent grass greens, and then they actually overseed early and are able to have it pretty playable for us, pretty fast and firm for us. But there's not much rough, and it's one of my favorite tournaments all year.
Great golf course. I was out there last year with SHKM. I was telling him I was carrying around his GC quad for the most part. Those things can be quite heavy. That was me. Yeah. Remember seeing me?
Yep, actually.
And then yes. You're like, yeah. That's when I bumped back into Streelman. I bumped into Lance Bennett out there. So quite a few guys that we've had on the show previously. And it's cool to bump into these guys and rub shoulders with them. But SH Kim, you know, did not play that great out there last year. But, man, that golf course, opened in 1991. Good old Bobby Weed. Anybody know what other golf courses Bobby Weed has designed? But
yes,
Brent,
Trot, I have.
Have you heard of Bernhard Longer? No. Trot, do not get us on the anchoring train right now. We do not need a sideshow at the moment. We can talk about it at the end because that is coming up. The Charles Schwab Cup.
There needs to be like a boiler, like a temperature gauge right here.
God, that Nas drink, just that sugar, terrible option when you're going to be talking the entire time because it starts sticking to your lips and all of a sudden you start slurring, start saying stupid shit. So that's always fun. But guess who else was a designer on this golf course? Good old Fuzzy Zeller, who made those racist comments about Tiger Woods.
It was not racist.
I'm sorry.
You want to repeat that?
No. Par 71. And plays at about 72.55, okay? So it's...
At altitude?
It's a phenomenal golf course. I mean, my guy, GM over there...
do you know everybody?
Brian Hawthorne is
nice guy, by the way. Just
a phenomenal guy. I'm going to give him a big shout out. Does a phenomenal job with this golf tournament. Just make sure that everybody feels at home and really does a phenomenal job. But shout out to Brian Hawthorne. And that being said, let me turn this over to Brent to take us through the golf course a little bit further in terms of the strategy that you need to use.
Serious stuff. In
order to play well here. What should people be looking out for from the players out there this week?
Tom Kim.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Tom Kim's game, this golf course fits pretty good. Not
super short, not super long. Probably not going to get in trouble much off the tee. No, I mean it requires some doing. There's some golf shots out there that you definitely need to hit it high and hit it far and hit it straight.
Why did the Koreans play so well there?
Probably because they all live there.
That, and you just described just about every Korean's game. Hit it straight, hit it high.
Except for Siwoo Kim.
Siwoo
Players Champ.
Yeah, Players Champ, bro.
No, yeah, it's a phenomenal course. How many times have I said that? 8 times? 9
phenomenal course.
Phenomenal.
It'll be in the recap.
But it's exactly. Yeah. That's going to be segment. Phenomenal course. No, you got to get out there and you got to roll the rock. And Tom Kim obviously does that probably better than most. So look out for him to win. Is he even in the field?
Oh, yeah. He's going for the three-peat.
He's going to win.
Yeah, he possibly could. Now, let's go over the Aon Next 10. I'm really starting to get into this Aon Next 10 stuff.
Did you?
I updated it.
Right,
yeah, cool. It's updated. There's a few pieces that moved around.
Update.
But it is the one that is just outside of it that creeped very close and has a chance to get into the Aon Next 10.
Aon Next 10.
Mackenzie Hughes is number 51. He stays right there. Good old Seaman Power is in 52.
Did he move up?
He moved up one slot. His little Seaman keeps moving up. So upstream he goes, that little Seaman Power. Patrick Rogers is moved up one.
Has that guy been on a leaderboard all year?
I don't.
Oh, he almost
did. He almost win
Reno. He lost to the oh man, what's his name? Akshay Bhatia.
Oh,
he
good.
Lost to Akshay
the
Bhatia.
brown praying mantis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe he did. Maybe that was last year. I don't remember.
We've put a head on a praying mantis and it looks just like Akshay Bhatia. Can't tell the difference. Now, Harris English is in 54th. Tom Kim actually slid down. So this is a good moment for him to have to get back up there. However, he's kind of safe in that 55th position. Maverick McNeely moved down to 56. Justin Rose down to 57. Nick Taylor, the Canadian, is down to 58. Jake Knapp is hanging on at 59. And Kevin Yu is sitting in 60th. But guess who moved into 61? Dun, dun, dun. Lucas Glover.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Watch out for Lucas Glover.
Number one nicest guy.
Watch out for Lucas Glover this week. Tom Kim might not.
Is he playing?
I believe so. He better be freaking playing. He's got to try to get into these signature series events. Wow.
One
it's
twice
guaranteed money.
Last year. I mean, yeah, you know.
It's the LIV model on the PGA Tour. You get paid automatically. Just show up.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, literally, all you have to do is
all you got to do is get on property, hit a tee shot, and you make some money.
Was it Sam Burns that hit a tee shot and withdrew?
I don't remember that.
I believe it was.
Wow, that kind of went under the radar. I would have known about that.
You know why? Because nobody said anything.
Nobody wanted you to know. Nobody did.
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
We got our own fact checker over here.
Well,
I like it.
I like it too. This is quite nice. Now,
Jordan, pull up that,
the one thing I will say here is as we move into the field analysis and betting odds, there's some interesting people up here. Okay. The obvious one at plus 1,200, who's the favorite this week, Tommy Kim. Then you got plus 2,200, Taylor Pendrith. How do you think somebody like Taylor Pendrith is going to play at TPC Summerlin where you have to be accurate off the tee? He's a bomber.
He's pretty good off the tee.
Yeah.
He's got a little. He hits a little right
draw?
to lefter, which is really good out there. I mean, basically, what is it? The first 3 holes, I believe, just right to left. But I think it's more about the fact that he's a high level player and he's just in the field. So
okay, there you go. Davis Thompson.
Who?
Davis Thompson.
Oh, I know Dave. I'm sorry.
Good player.
He never says. He doesn't say anything. So
yeah, no, he's very quiet. Very quiet. Trot Golfer says that Pendrith grew up there. There we go.
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
He did?
Now,
Really?
Bo Hostler and Seaman Power are all plus 3,000, or Seamus Power. Sorry about that, folks. You know, I get caught up with, I'm not good with names, I'm not good with words. So you just got to get used to it if you're listening to the podcast for the first time. Kirk Kitayama is plus 3,300. Then you got Steven Meister Jaeger at plus 3,500, along with Kashmir Keith Mitchell and good old Tom to the Hoagie. Okay.
Hogue.
He loves a good hoagie. Loves a good hoagie.
Yes, he does.
TCU guy, I
A
believe.
big TCU guy.
Yeah. Ben Griffin, Cam Davis, Matt McCarty, and Eric Cole plus 4,000.
Matt McCarty could win this one.
Could go back to back, huh?
He's
having a
very
year.
hot right
He's
now.
having a year.
Very hot.
The flat stick is flowing.
It's just whether or not he's hungover.
He also looked good under pressure.
Yeah, he's won a lot this year.
Yeah, he's not
winning
scared.
begets winning.
And then
Clip it.
Good old Johnny Vegas in Las Vegas. Jonathan Vegas.
He's playing?
He's playing.
Wow.
Harris English, Matty Schmid, Adam Hadwin, JT Poston, and Harry Hall all sit at plus 4,500.
How do you determine these? Who determines these?
These are from the Vegas sports books. Yeah. So they set the odds. They're terrible usually. So that's why golf, you can make a decent living if you study golf and learn like what golfers are good at certain courses. You can make some good money because doing the top 20, it's not picking winners. Okay. I've picked 4 winners this year and I've gambled on one of them. Yeah. But I normally will do top 20s. And I normally win quite a bit of money on top 20s because you can normally pick a couple guys that are going to be in a top 20.
I fully recommend not betting on golf.
Yeah, no, you can't bet on golf.
Not even that. Even if I could, it is the most ridiculous thing to gamble on.
Yeah, so folks, you should definitely listen to my picks, is what he is saying, because you will make some money if you do. But let's get into our pull hook picks of the week. Brent, who do you like this week? Is it obvious? I mean, you can go. I picked Scotty Scheffler a couple times this year. I think that was 2 of my wins this year.
So you're hot.
No, I know. I mean, picking 4 winners in a year is not bad.
Impressive. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, I mean, just because I want to see it happen, I want to see Matt McCarty get it done.
Matt McCarty. Okay.
Full
going back to back. You're pulling for the Korn Ferry guy. So you're all excited about that.
Absolutely. Wyndham. Where's Wyndham? Is Wyndham in the field?
Where in the world is Wyndham, San Diego? We don't know.
Scottsdale, Phoenix.
I haven't seen him. I haven't been in the gym in a little bit, if you can't fucking tell. All right. That being said, I am actually going to go outside of the box here. And this is a risky pick, my friends. So if you guys want to join along on this one and put him in the top 20, I am going with S.H. Kim at plus 27,000 for the victory. Plus 27,000. Okay. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are shaking heads around here.
Nobody even knows who that guy is.
People who listen to the podcast know who he is. The thing that I will say about S.H. Kim in Utah, do you know? I mean, when I saw this, because in preparation for this week, 2 years ago, he finished, I believe, top 5 at Shriners. Last year, he didn't play well. He got off to a terrible start. Hit one out of bounds and then went through a whole rigmarole and really just destroyed his opening round. You need to play consistent out there. You need to make a lot of birdies.
Yes.
So that being said, S.H. Kim loves this golf track.
Yes, he does. And
I'm just going to tell you right now, at plus 27,000, I might throw on a little bit of money for him to win this week. Danny O, his agent last year, was very confident that he was going at some point to win a Shriners.
His agent?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hi, Danny.
So with that said, I'm going S.H. Kim, baby, all day long. But no, sorry. You made me lose my train of thought here as the shaking heads were getting after me here. S.H. Kim, do you know what his Sunday round was like? It reminded me of one of my pro rounds.
Just fabulous? Or?
No,
okay.
No. I mean,
very bad.
It was basically a bipolar chick who wasn't taking her meds. That's basically what his round was. Or it was like going to Dorney Park and being on a roller coaster named Hercules that was made out of wood. A lot of bumpiness to that round. Huh. Yeah.
No good. Nothing good.
He had 6 birdies.
I mean, at least with the chick, you kind of have some upsides.
Well, here's the thing. Well, he had some upsides, but 6 birdies.
Okay.
But he shot 74. Shot 3 over. I think he made a 10 or an 11 on a hole.
We don't like that.
And quite a few bogeys, but That's the one thing that I will say about SH Kim. If he can get a little bit more consistent, God damn, this kid is so talented. He doesn't miss a shot. Like on the range, you sit there and watch him, and you're like, how do you not win all the time?
So we played on the Korn Ferry Tour together for a couple of years, and I think so. He graduated the year before I did onto the PGA Tour, and essentially every time we played together, it was just one of those things where if it's going bad, it's going bad.
Yeah.
And it's a tough thing to come back from when you're kind of riding the highs and the lows. And it's just one of those things that when you're that talented, you have a lot of people telling you that you're that talented. And so you kind of build that expectation in your mind. And it can just you can kind of be your own worst enemy.
I love that because there's a great saying. Expectations are the killers of dreams.
Say that again in your real.
Yeah. Expectations are killers of dreams.
Man, my ears are just full of orgasms right now. Yes.
Here we go again, folks. We are
sexual audio.
Good old sexual chocolate over there. And by chocolate, I mean white chocolate. All right. So keeping this thing moving. I mean, we're cruising through this. This is great.
My gosh.
Yeah,
we're gonna have time for me to sit on my soapbox.
We're gonna have some Q&A time with the audience. Trot Golfer has put in some due diligence here in the chat. I don't know where everybody else is. Normally we've got a bunch of people chiming in. Everybody's pretty quiet so far.
On YouTube, not to interrupt you, but on YouTube, you actually have to have an account.
Yeah.
In order to be able to comment.
Oh, that's a good point.
So you can't comment unless you're either in this or you have some sort of account with YouTube. Like I watched our first podcast together live before you brought me on. And I was trying to, screw with you guys.
Yeah, and throw in some comments.
It did not happen.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't get it up.
You hate to see it. Now.
Real tough.
And you hate to hear it. But I will say, LIV Golf, there is an update, folks. There is an absolute update. I hope all of everybody's so excited. So excited. I'm losing my goddamn mind. It's LIV Golf. Woo!
Raise the roof.
This LIV Golf update is a curious one, okay? And as Trot Golfer just mentioned, fucking subscribe, people. Go ahead and hit that like button.
Hey, can we just
subscribe?
Okay, hold on. Sorry about him. Please, if you could, just hit the subscribe button, and then you can give us all of your opinions and whatever you think.
Wow. That was way better done. I'm the asshole. I'm just super direct. I'm like, subscribe, motherfuckers, and like, make sure you comment. Just be a part of the show with us. We love it. So this match, okay, is creating some real drama that was announced a month back with Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler versus Brooks Koepka. And, oh yeah, brother, we got Bryson DeChambeau. And I will say, when I first heard of this bullshit, I'm like,
it's going to be so boring.
I'm like, this sucks because this is such a money grab. Like that was my initial opinion around the entire thing, right? However, I will say that I'm more intrigued now because the PGA Tour is not officially signed off on this, which they need a release in order to be able to play in this. And it's official now. Like it came out yesterday that it is official. And not only that, but I wonder how the guys over at Capital One The Match, because they're the ones that are putting this on, how they feel about LIV Golf throwing their logo all over this stuff. So I don't know. Let's see here. We got Trot Golfer says, what would you rather watch?
Mike Tyson murder
the match of golfers of Tyson versus the white guy. I would have to say I'd go with Tyson. Yeah,
absolutely, all the way.
Yeah,
gotta love Mike Tyson.
I don't like these Capital One The Matches have gotten kind of goofy to me.
I don't even remember how many we've had.
Too many. Just too many. They did athletes for a little bit.
They did that after because I believe it started with Tiger and Phil, right?
Yeah.
First, greatest golfers in the last 25 years.
Which was boring as shit because they couldn't say what they really wanted to say to each other.
No, of course not. And Phil's an absolute an extrovert, and Tiger's just not. I'm like, yeah, how you doing? Good, man. How are you? Feels like just completely opposite.
A lot of
And
thumbs
it's actually
ups.
not even like a full thumb. It's like a thanks. Don't forget the hat.
You got to give a thumb just to everybody.
It's like a mini thumb.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Oh.
Is
this breaking news?
No. Well, we can talk about it after. We'll talk about it after.
But what is your opinion around this whole entire match?
Oh, back to
Because
the
we haven't
question.
heard you talk about the match yet. We've heard me and Buttsy. We got on a soapbox.
Did you
about
really?
it. Yeah.
Oh, I feel left out.
Well, you're in it now.
Oh,
This is your big
now.
moment.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Oh man, like I said, I think it absolutely is a money grab. But I mean, here's the deal. You have these players that are essentially employees of these companies, and there's nothing to keep them from getting together and doing this stuff. I mean, Scotty Scheffler has been anything but kind of he hasn't said anything newsworthy with regards to the LIV, which is great, and I love that about him. And obviously Rory's been unbelievably hypocritical and controversial from the beginning.
And then backtracked completely.
Oh yeah, I mean, it just threw him. He got thrown under the bus, and then he was like, "Oops, I made a mistake." And now it's like, well, maybe the schedule is wrong. Well, maybe the PGA Tour is making a decision to. Anyways, we can
see it.
Get onto the tour later. But no, I mean, the LIV Tour is doing what they do, which is messing with people because they've got trillions of dollars and they can do it. And I love what they do, and I don't have any issue with them doing this match. I just wish that.
But that's the thing. I don't even know if they're doing the match. They just threw their logo on it and they're like owning it.
Well, it's highly likely that they might own Capital One.
They may.
It's completely possible that they might actually own that.
Yeah,
company.
that could be.
Not LIV, the PIF, just so we're clear.
The Piff.
The PIF.
Piff the Magic
Piff.
Dragon.
Yes.
Who lives by the sea. Spits out money as fire. As freely as can be. Piff the Magic Dragon.
Oh, Jesus.
You got to love the Piff, man. Piff the Magic Dragon. It's an incredible thing what they can do.
Yeah.
They just open their
Oil
mouth
money,
and money
baby.
comes out.
Oil money. I love what I wish they would just get together and just be like, you know what? Screw it. We're going to take the top 45 players, 50 players, and we're going to play 10 events a year. And the rest of you regular people can go play for your small money.
I wish that they would sponsor this show so that we could still do the exact same thing we do now.
I'll take a spot. That's all I need.
All right, so you heard it here first, LIV Golf.
I'll go beat up on those
Brent Grant
old
will
washed up
absolutely
fools.
go over and
go.
beat up on some people. One other thing, LIV Golf wise. So, you know John Catlin or Caitlin?
I do.
Catlin.
Yep.
Catlin. Catlin.
Cat to the lid.
Cat to the Lynn.
John
okay.
to the cat to the
He
Lynn.
had a little bit of a. This is interesting because LIV Golf has this little period to where now you can do trades. You can release players that did not finish in the top 20. Very interesting. But John Catlin posted a picture with a Legion 13 hat on a table. Could he be taking over? And the only player that I would think
Who's
would
on
be
that team?
removed. So you have John Rahm.
Okay.
You got good old Terrell Hatton.
Love
And
that
then
guy.
you've got Caleb Surratt.
Caleb Surratt.
And then why am I blanking on the fourth player?
Might be that he's a high level. He was a high level amateur at one point.
No, Caleb Surratt was the one that was.
No, they had two because they put Rom with the kids basically.
Who the hell
Terrell.
was their fourth player?
Don't have any idea. But Caleb, I can't imagine Caleb's getting dropped.
That was the thing. That's where I was like, man, that would be. But now I can't remember who the hell the fourth player was. So John Catlin.
Trot golfer.
Yeah, Trot. Can you let us know?
Jordan, can you pull that name up, please? Thank you. See, I say please and thank you, unlike Joe Rogan does. He just tells Jamie.
Yeah. Just fucking
as I
pull
say,
it up.
just
No, I'm
fucking do
kidding. God, this is really going to bug me.
We're gonna get it here soon. Oh, Kieran. Vincent. Kieran?
Oh, yeah. Kieran's
Vincent
gone.
Kieran Vincent.
See you, Kieran. You're done. Because he
Later.
was in the drop zone. The two Vincent brothers.
So there is Kieran Vincent. Okay,
Yep.
so there are how many teams?
Wow.
And only 4 players each.
I was not ready for that. Yeah, 4 players each. And there is, what, 10 teams? So hang on, let's go through them. You got the Range Goats.
Oh God.
You got Legion 13. You got
Aces,
the
that's all I know.
Majestic. You got the Four Aces.
Hot
You got
balls.
the High Flyers. You got the good old Iron Heads. You've got
Aces.
the Stingers. You've got, I already did the Four Aces.
Oh, okay.
You've got the Aussies with the Ripper GC. And you've got
13 teams.
Crushers and
13
Smash.
13 teams.
Who am I missing? I did 10. Okay, 13 teams. Trout
Thanks,
Golfer,
Trout.
appreciate you. Yeah. So we
they're-
got that.
They're taking the bottom of each team, basically?
No.
Or this is the individual guys and they just take
So
whomever is on the bottom.
the individual guys, there's a drop zone.
Okay.
So the bottom group ends up getting released.
Interesting.
They're gone.
Relegated.
Bubba Watson was one of them.
What?
Yeah, and he's a captain, so don't know how this is all going to pan out. However, they can go back and play in that qualifying tournament.
Yes, they can.
Which would be interesting. And then let's see who are some of the new signings. But the part that I haven't seen yet is players getting released that are in the open zone. Okay, so the open zone is above the people that got relegated.
So the second
and
losers.
you have, as the captain, you can say, "Hey, we're releasing you."
Interesting.
And then there's guaranteed slots.
So what happens to a guy like Pat Perez?
He is in the open zone. So that is up to Dustin Johnson. If Dustin Johnson wants him to wash his car, guess what? Pat Perez is going to wash his car.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We got a new person in here. SSR in the house on the audio. There we go. Love that. A shout out to our audio engineer in the house, Jordan. Wow. Love that. All right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Just subscribe, guys. All 905 people.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Hit that button.
Come on.
Now, we are going to open this up to some Q&A, and then we're going to get a little bit on a soapbox here with good old Brent. We're going to go back to Brent on a soapbox because let me tell you, in knowing Brent, as long as I have now, he's got some things that he really wants to get off his chest.
All the time, daily. Just
We're going to start structuring
Constantly.
it on the episode at the end.
what grinds my gears.
What grinds Brent's gears? Let's start.
Here we go.
Topic number 1.
You ought to get this organized, really?
I'm going to get it organized.
Oh, okay.
I'm not organized right now, but I just remember
Pulling
some
it
of these
down.
topics that you have talked about.
I do
And
that a lot. Yeah.
tell me a little bit about, the Korn Ferry Tour
That's a big segment.
and what would you change about the Korn Ferry Tour if you were in a position of power?
If I was in a position of power, I would make it 156 guy fields.
How many are they now?
That's 156.
Okay.
But I'm saying like what
That's
I'm saying
not a
is
big
like
change.
No,
Not
no,
a big
no, no,
change.
no, no. What I'm
Not a
saying is-
mathematician.
what I'm
but
saying-
156
What I'm
is
saying,
156.
I'm saying 156 people have cards. Period. That's it. So once you drop down in the fields, that's it. Something like that. Anyways, doesn't matter. That's not where it really matters.
no.
But I would absolutely make it about 3 to 5 million per event. Make sure everybody's on TV just as much as the PGA Tour is, and get them at golf courses that actually test them and get them ready for the PGA Tour.
That's the biggest gripe you have that I completely agree with. Nobody wants to see, and that's a misconception by the tour and by people that they want to see 30 under par. It's like nobody really wants to just watch a guy who just makes everything, right? So you want to see players get challenged. That's why the U.S. Open, so many people love that golf tournament because you're going to see people struggle.
The British Open. Yeah,
Absolutely. So, and there's enough difficult golf courses in America that you could absolutely set it up at golf courses to where you're seeing that score. And I don't think anybody wants to see Korn Ferry Tour players shooting the type of numbers PGA Tour guys are. They want to see a gap between the two different fields. However, they don't play strong enough golf courses. You don't play strong enough golf courses in order to differentiate the players that are ready for the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
So all you're getting is basically a guy that's streaky and hot with the flat stick that all of a sudden is going to win a golf tournament.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. And I mean, just so we're all clear, the soapbox session is very short. So I'm compacting into the things that actually I can put in a coherent argument currently. But other than that, I mean, there's no doubt that the golf courses obviously need to improve. But you're just not going to see my number one gripe, actually, like the biggest thing is how we're viewed by the rest of the world. And it's only because the PGA Tour does not want us to bump into them whatsoever. Listen, they write the checks. They got, they could do what they got to do with it. But unfortunately, they're getting ready to tread into some territory that they're not really thinking ahead on, and we may see a pretty significant shift in the golfing world.
I'll get into that in a second because Trout Golfer has a great question for you, Brent. How many times have you seen professional golfers cheat? Now, this is prevalent on the Korn Ferry Tour, more so than the PGA Tour.
I wouldn't say that.
Wow.
No, I wouldn't say
breaking
that.
news.
I wouldn't say that. I think that...
Do you want to throw anybody under the bus here?
No, I don't. I like those guys too much. I think that...
the cheaters?
No, it's not the cheaters. There's enough out there where these guys just got bounced off the tour anyways because they weren't good enough. But really what you see is stuff like, well, I accidentally hit this limb and a leaf fell, or, my favorite is the tapping down behind the ball in the rough 45,000 times. And then all of a sudden you see them hit this shot short side and it has backspin somehow.
I saw you do that over the weekend.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
We got a chant at the ASU football games when there's a penalty on the other team. We yell out, cheaters, cheaters. And then we go straight to
7-second.
Cheaters
40s.
never win. Winners never cheat. And so that's...
Say that to Patrick Reed.
Yeah. Great. One of the best cheaters in the game.
I mean, let's narrow it down a little bit. I mean, we literally watched him do it, and he
loves
won
to
the
litigate
tournament.
too. Loves to litigate. Loves to throw lawsuits at everybody.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm not saying he's a cheater, but I'm saying he did what he did.
He did a great job at really moving that sand out of the way in order to hit that shot. Yeah, great stuff. Now, the other thing that I will say that I really thought the tour was going to take care of. And when they released a note around this, I thought, because I've been saying for years, there needs to be a better development system for golfers in order to allow golfers to not be living out of their cars, showing up to golf tournaments to where their clothes are all wrinkled. And what I'm talking about is the mini tours. And then once you get to the Korn Ferry Tour, I had a buddy who played on the Korn Ferry Tour, and he literally came out with 6 figures of debt because, it's very easy to do. And that's where I've always griped about the fact that, man, if I had a better opportunity to actually make a little bit of money and have a salary while I'm out there doing it, I would have been able to develop a lot more, stick to it instead of having to kind of pack it in and get a real job, right? That is where I will say that I was excited and now very disappointed when it comes to the salary that they have for players. And this is something that you've experienced directly as well. And Ryan French, folks, who is part of the Monday Qualifier. He is
Monday Q Info.
Monday Q Info. I always call him Monday Q. I love that. Now, he is one of the best reporters in the game when it comes to the Monday qualifiers, and he's going to be coming out with an article around this. So stay tuned to that. It should be coming out this week, if I heard correctly.
That's from him. That's what he said. I think just for a little bit of context, folks, obviously we understand how much money has been given out over the last few years by the PGA Tour, and essentially what we're going to see is the story behind some of the mistakes and decisions and how all of that was handled. And all kudos to Ryan. He put a lot of work into it, talked to a lot of people, and he tells the story of the regular golfer. And I mean, more on that. I mean,
hopefully we're going to have a
incredible
full special on this with Ryan, with Brent, and talking about this entire situation with the PGA Tour. So something you're going to want to stay tuned to, but I'm just kind of, planting that seed with the audience.
Putting it in there.
This is one of my, this would be one of my pet peeves with the game of golf. There's no minor league system like Major League Baseball. And I get
they don't get paid anything.
They don't get paid a lot, but they at least get salaries.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, are we gonna? Would you like to talk about that?
No.
Okay.
No. Not a baseball podcast yet.
No, I mean just like with how the players get paid. I mean, I don't even think a lot of people understand that you literally have to go out and sell yourself.
Yeah.
And if you don't, put yourself in a position where, you're getting enough, there's no having a family. There's no living somewhat comfortably. I mean, you literally, if you don't get inside the top 75 on the Korn Ferry Tour.
You want to get inside the top 75?
Absolutely, get inside it.
That's dirty.
Yes, it is, but it's real, and that's what this podcast is all about.
That's what matters.
But if you don't get inside the top 75 on the Korn Ferry Tour, you are not making any money, which means all of the credit card debt you had or anything like that, you may have broke even, but that's about it.
There you have it. Now, I do want to give Trot Golfer his fair share here because he's brought it up multiple times that there is a golf tournament that is coming up.
Oh, wait.
That is called the Charles Schwab Cup, I believe, or the Charles Schwab Challenge.
Charles Schwab.
Say that 5 times fast after having a sugary Nas. Okay. Now, and Nas, by the way, is an energy drink, and it has a shit ton of sugar in it, and I've needed it tonight in order to get through. However, it does stick to your lips and tongue and makes it tough to say things like Charles Schwab Challenge, Charles Schwab sea shoes by the seashore. Okay. Now, with that said, the last golf tournament ever, and I don't know what Trot Golfer's new hobby is going to be.
Last golf tournament
after Bernard Longer retires after this tournament, because Trot Golfer is obsessed. Not in a bad way. He's done a ton of research around this, has proven time and time again that Bernard Longer is a good old-fashioned cheater when it comes to putting. So this is his last tournament, whether or not he anchors the putter.
Are we saying he anchors here?
No, there's an anchor point. So there's an anchor point, which it's actually the forearm that he pins against his tit. And you can see the indentation. So even though his hand is off of his chest, he's pinned that anchor point.
Interesting. So there's more than one of those out there.
Yeah, and that's illegal, by the way. It is literally a visual.
You get thrown in jail?
In the USGA rule book.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, you go to jail.
Illegal.
On fraud.
For playing the golf pool.
You hate to see a golfer arrested over anchoring.
How dare you?
I mean, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but if you had your way, they would be in prison. Absolutely in prison. They would never be allowed to play golf again.
There? Would you like some Tour Insider?
I would love some Tour Insider there.
Insert some Tour Insider into this podcast here. There are actually multiple people out there. There's rumors that old Mr. McCarron also.
Yes, he was part of the whole entire thing. Brando Chambly went off on those two about back in 2015 or something like that. Yeah. So anyways, Trot Golfer is going to be out there because Trot Golfer is out here in Arizona and he's going to be going to Phoenix Country Club. And my God, Trot, are you going to have a sign that says cheater?
Yes. Yes.
I want to know what you're bringing to the table because I'm very curious around whether or not there should be a camera on you at all times.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, here we go. First and last anchoring party, Phoenix Country Club, Thursday, November 7th, 2024. Now, here's the thing. You only put Thursday, November 7th. However, it could last 4 days, right?
No, the tournament's 3 days.
3 days. So it will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Is this his last tournament ever?
This is it. He's retiring after this.
So when he wins it is his 80th win or whatever.
Something like that.
Shout out to Jerry Kelly.
However, I think Padraig Harrington is going to win. Padraig loves Phoenix Country Club.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Trot, you got T-shirts. I just feel like you gotta get one of those big signs.
Have the juice.
And just put that up there so you can read it nice and clear. Bernard, you are cheating. You are a cheater. Cheaters never win. Winners never cheat. Something along those lines. I'd love to see it.
Matt Cook.
You'll be silent. You really don't want to get kicked out, do you? All right, that's fair. You know.
Wait, you can get kicked out? Oh, that's lame.
Yeah. Oh,
Wait,
you can't get kicked out.
We can't get kicked out.
Wait. How can't you get kicked out?
I'm so intrigued.
This is intriguing because I think you could get kicked out. ... If Bernard gets a little sour, he could go that guy.
Yeah, that happens.
That guy.
So part of the problem.
Yeah. Let's hear the problem.
We'll also be on Osborne yelling.
That's fantastic.
Well, that's how you can't get kicked out, right there.
By the way, I live 7 minutes from Phoenix Country Club.
Very close.
I think we might have. Well, you're heading back to Cali.
I'll be busy,
but
I might be here. Who knows? I might. Well, I'm going to be here the week of that.
Okay.
I'll be on the podcast.
When is it? Week. Oh, in November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1st, 2nd, 3rd of November. I'll be in.
Wow,
this
you'll
area.
be in town. You will be in town. You'll be in studio. You heard it here first, folks. All right, last thing that we will talk about tonight. It's too bad Butsy's not here, but we have a big announcement to make, folks.
Do we?
That's right. We're taking our pride and we are throwing it in the trash.
Oh.
Because
folks, we had the worst golf rounds of our life.
No. We are going to become YouTube golfers.
That's why I said I was retired.
Yeah.
Retiring.
We have recorded. And this won't be coming out till probably sometime in November, but it's a major announcement. We are officially YouTube golfers.
What are we calling it?
Pole hook golf.
Oh. Cool.
Because there's quite a few of those that took place.
I don't hit that.
And I will tell you straight up, this is going to be a pretty interesting one because we went 2v1, which if you're not familiar with YouTube golf, that means 2 players, me and Buttsy, versus this guy, Brent Grant.
Ooh, can I talk about that?
Oh, boy.
Can I talk about that?
You can't shit on my putter.
Can I talk about that?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Why don't you read what Trot Golfer just
All right.
put? We just were having a major announcement.
YouTubers. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And by
You'll
the
see
way,
when it comes out.
We were wearing, which is what you have to do out there. We were wearing those box mics, hooking them to our freaking hats.
They pick up everything.
They pick up everything.
Every tee putting in the ground.
Yeah.
All right. So Truck Golfer asks, Brent, what's your take on lab putters? ...
Yeah, everybody knows my take. It's a cheat code, but
it's a lie. It's a farce. It's not real.
Wow.
So when you take your hands and place them on an object, you apply what's called torque.
Pressure.
Torque.
Pressure.
Be quiet over there.
Pressure.
Torque. And so the pressure from your hands,
torque.
Place exactly. Thank you. Their model is based off of a putter that they put into 2 little stick things, and it holds the putter. And then they say, "Look, the putter doesn't do anything." And then they put it in their little machine, and look, it doesn't do anything, until you apply these 2 wonderful things that we all know are just great at handling fine motor function on the golf course. Yeah, he push cuts every single putt, just so we're clear. There's no straight back. No, it doesn't have it. It's straight out this way, and he just kind of does like that.
That's not accurate.
That's accurate. But but basically, folks, look out for things like that in golf that are not real. And a club that forces you to change your swing or your stroke isn't for you.
Wow.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Crazy news. Breaking news. I don't agree.
What does he say? What does he say? Can your...
Oh, yeah. Put that up there. Can your pressure in your hands be trained to have no torque?
No.
Wow. This is surprising.
Physics.
Now, is this because you're a purist and a tour player?
No, I think it works for certain people. Obviously, you think about the guys that did it with the long putter. But you got to remember, right? I mean, it's a completely different stroke, right? I mean, their hand is barely on it over here, and really this one just stays still, right? So it's really the purist the purest form to have that sort of a putter is probably as a long putter.
Now, I am curious here, and I'm going to take a moment to get on my soapbox.
Take a moment.
Brent, you're telling me that I hit a push cut?
Yes. Yes.
Do I take it back to the inside?
No, you take it straight outside.
Straight outside, okay.
It's like
that's something new because I used to pull it too far to the inside.
Yes. We'll work on that.
Yeah.
Short game looked good last week, though.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, working on that. Working on that.
I used to. I actually first breaking. You know,
a Bettinardi?
No, it's a Phil Mickelson type putter. Bettinardi. That's funny. Brent Nardi. But no, I'm putting with the TaylorMade Spider now, and there's some things going on with that with regards to how stable it stays through the stroke. So feels great. I haven't missed a putt offline. So
why are so many pros going to the LIV Golf putter though?
Are they?
So guys that don't have a contract restriction, especially LIV Golf guys,
Jordan,
have a lot of putt. Like, a lot of people are using. Phil's using a LIV putter.
Okay.
You know, you've got Sebastian Munoz.
Who?
Sebastian Munoz. Who? He's on Torquay.
Okay.
Yeah, good old Torquay.
So just he said tour players and mentioned two LIV Tour players.
Dustin Johnson.
More LIV Tour guys.
He changed from the Spider.
He did?
Yeah, not getting paid.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. How's he done with that? Has he won?
No.
Have any of those guys won?
Yeah.
I think the only LIV Golf putters to win.
Well, Camilo Villegas won with LIV Golf. Lucas Glover won with LIV Golf.
He did.
Adam Scott won with LIV Golf.
He did?
Yeah.
When did he win?
He won last year.
When?
When did Adam Scott win? Am I wrong on that?
I think you're wrong.
I think I'm wrong. I think he was close to winning. Very close.
Oh, no. What happened?
Go ahead. No, you're okay. You can do that.
Oh, that'd be interesting. It's the Google.
It's the Google.
The Google. Ricky,
Scott, Glover, Bland.
Yeah. So I think it would be
you're
tough
on the losing end of
No,
this
I think it would be tough to say that a lot of guys are switching. I would say the most substantial guys are the guys that putted with the same type of putter for a long time and then switched. But guys that change their putter often and then go to the lab putter, we'll see how long that lasts for.
Valid. I will say the one thing that you mentioned about my stroke, and this was one thing that Sam over at Lab told me about, is the fact that it'll start to straighten out your path, which I always pulled it to the inside. Yeah. Now,
you're overcompensating.
I'm overcompensating. I'm coming too far out to the outside because I just don't play. I don't practice, don't play.
Yeah.
And yet,
you're just incredible.
I'm not good.
Really good. But so like putters, changing putters all the time. Is that something that
I used to do that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, when you were playing, I mean, it's something that has real consequences, right?
I was always between a ping answer and a Scotty Cameron.
That's beautiful.
Those were my two putters for the longest time.
Putters. Two blades?
Two blades. I was never a mallet guy.
That's fair.
Never was. And then all of a sudden, like I would put mallets in every once in a while. Remember the putter that had the two bars in it? I'm trying to think of what the hell that was called.
Rife putter.
Yes.
Yeah, Rife with the blue
When
one.
I was on the Butch Harmon Vegas tour, I went to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
you
good.
tell the Butch Harmon story?
No. Oh. Well, I told it on the podcast
that's right.
before.
I like that one. That was a good one. He does that a lot.
What's that?
Shout out to Grayson Murray. Rest in peace, bro.
Yeah, Grayson. Shit. Love Grayson.
Yeah. He's good.
Great dude. And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's episode on that note. But Trout Golfer, make sure to stay safe in November. Don't get arrested. And Brent, great job tonight, buddy. You know, it's your first. Folks, I don't know if everybody realizes how difficult this is to come in studio, not have your notes in front of you, not be at your house comfortable, smoking on a cigar, being all cool out there, and all of a sudden coming in. And I will say this, and I hope it's okay that I do. As soon as Brent sat down, he goes, "Oh shit!" I was like, "It's like, wow, this is real," and
super serious.
But you did a phenomenal job for your first episode. solo. I mean, without Buttsy being here and everything.
Without a cigar, actually, most important.
Yeah, because that'll give you a nice little buzz, and then you're kind of locked in. You weren't drinking any booze, though. I was surprised you didn't show up with any booze. You absolutely can. It used to be a prerequisite that you had to drink some whiskey with me on the show. I was a big whiskey guy.
Gasoline.
I mean, shoot, you go back to the Kevin Streelman episode. We drank an entire bottle of Bushwood, and we started talking about some shit towards the end of that episode. If you guys want to go back and give that one a listen, that's pretty good. Now,
next year, we will have some studio.
Oh
stoves.
yeah, I mean, we'll put in one of those
a little box on my desk.
Yeah, we're gonna be moving into a much bigger studio next year at some point. I will say,
thank you, Trot Golf. By the way, appreciate
the
you, bro.
Swannies Golf.
Yes,
big announcement coming in a couple
I do
days.
like this. Seriously,
Yeah,
I do. I like the kind of hoodie.
The
Look.
quarter zip, with the whole thing. And what's nice is you can kind of zip it up. You can flip over the hoodie, and you can just have some swag out there on the golf course. Now,
does the hoodie go up and make you look like you're in the KKK?
No,
okay, that's
not
good.
at all. No.
So it's a kind of a
But
double
folks,
stitched.
you can get 25% off your entire order at swannies.co by utilizing the promo code PullHookGolf25 at checkout. Once again, for 25% off, not just one piece or one article of clothing. It is for your entire order. So make sure to utilize Pull Hook Golf 25. That's PULLHOOK G to the O to the L to the F 25. And that's where we're going to end it tonight. Just phenomenal stuff out of everybody.
We had 911 people.
9/11. You love it. There we go.
Never forget.
Never forget. New York City, baby. Go ahead and end this stream. We are signing off. Peace out, everybody. A-Town down.